Hi, my name is Nicolas. I'm the French ebook guy, and today I will show you how to use your Kobo Libra Colour eReader. It's a very nice eReader with a color electronic ink screen. And if you have another Kobo eReader like this, there's a lot of information from this video that you will be able to use, and I hope it will be useful. And if you don't have any reader, you can see the links in the description to have discounts on eReader. So the first thing you need to do is to start your eReader by pushing this button, and you will be on the home screen. And on the home screen you have the books you started to read. You have an access to your books stored on your eReader. You will have an access also on this button Discover, which is the Kobo library, and different options here. But for now, we'll see what are these buttons here. The first one is to configure the brightness of the screen. If you have an e-reader like me with a natural light option, it's like a blue light filter, and if you push it to the maximum, you will have this yellow orange screen, which is better for the eye if you're reading at night. You can configure here at what time you want it to be enabled, and click on auto here. For this video I will deactivate this natural light and only keep the brightness at 100%. Next, you have this button is to configure your Wi-Fi connection, which is required to access the library. You can also click here to see the battery level of this e-reader, and click here to get to the energy saving settings, where you have a lot of options, like when you want this e-reader to go to sleep when you don't use it, when you want to power off when you don't use it, and different options. If you have a slip cover, a Kobo slip cover, which is a cover which can protect the screen, you can also enable this, and when you shut the cover down on the screen, it will go to sleep. When you have a screen like this, you can have multiple pages, and you can slide with your thumb here to get to the different pages. Don't forget to do it. You can also lock your e-reader with a code pin, the pin code, and you can also show the list of recently viewed ebooks. So that's it for the energy saving option. You have also this button which is which can synchronize all your information on your Kobo account. So you need a Kobo account to do it. This is something you can deactivate if you see that your Kobo e-reader is running low on battery, so it can save energy if you deactivate it. And you can have this search function. It's important to note that it can search on the Kobo store, on your books, on your current read books, on annotation and dictionary. It's not only for the Kobo store. That's it for this. You'll have ici your book library. You can filter here all your books. You can also filter audiobooks and purchase books, etc. You can filter by authors, like this for Kafka. You can also add a series or collection, and for this you can, for example, push a long push on an ebook and add it to a collection if you want to create a collection. You can also see here a list or a cover, and I think that's it. If you want to go to the Kobo library, you can do it with this button, and you will have access to the Kobo library from your account. So for me, it's a French account because I'm French and I'm the French eReader guy, as you know it. Next, we will see what is happening when you read a book. I hope I have a book in English, maybe this one from Bram Stoker. Yes. And as you see, you can use the button here to turn pages. You can use also a finger, you can tap, and you can change it as we will see. I can push here to highlight a text. I can also click on it and add a note. That's it. I can search here for a word, for example, and I can search in the book, on Wikipedia or on Google. You will need, of course, a Wi-Fi connection for Wikipedia and Google, but I can search it in my book or in all of my books, for example. So it can take a long time, but I think it's pretty useful, and it don't work. It is strange. It's Dracula is my only book in English. That's why it only works for it. Next, you can click here, push here on the screen, and you have this little thing here to change the page. You have also the table of content here, and you can find your annotation here. You can also have here directly the annotation, and directly here a search function. Now we have this button here at the top with a pen. It is if you have the Kobo stylus, which is designed for the Kobo Ellipsa 2e, but works on this eReader, so you can take note with the Kobo stylus. I don't have it, so I can't show you how to use it. You have also the auto rotate function, which is useful if you want to read like this or like this, but I prefer to lock it in portrait mode. You also have the brightness of the screen here, which is the same from the home. And now it is very useful if you want to change how the text is displayed. You can here change for a different font face. You can change the font size here, line spacing, margin, justification, and so on. And you have also a button here. If you don't know, you can push it, you can miss it. And here you can make the font bold, bolder, or lighter, which is the weight. Now you have also different options here for your reading settings. We have 3 pages. You can change what is displayed in the header. Here, for the time remaining in the chapter is the reading time in the chapter. The footer, time remaining in the book. So let's say I will display the percent of book read. We can show or not a progress bar. We can change here the button. So here it's next page and previous page, but I prefer this, previous and next page. We have a second page with refresh the screen every. I think it's one of the most useful feature here. When the screen is refreshed, it displays a whole black screen, and I don't think it's a good idea. So my advice is to put it every chapter here. You also have the reading orientation here. You can display page numbers, but it don't work really well. You can have a dark mode. I will enable it so you can show it. You can reduce the rainbow effect. It is useful if you read comic books and you see some strange colors like a rainbow. You can enable it, but in my opinion it doesn't work really well. And to finish, you can change how the touch screen behave. We can also pinch to zoom or to adjust the font size, and swipe left edge to adjust the brightness. So we will see it, and of course swiping or tapping and swiping to turn pages. That's it. We have the dark mode. It's white text on a black screen. I can pinch here to change the font size. So it can take a while if you choose a large font size. And as you see, the screen is not totally refreshed and you see some ghosting, but I prefer it this way. And if you want to change the brightness, you can here change it with this button. So that's it for the book reading. You also have access to a dictionary, tips, or details about your book here, but I will go back to my books and we will read a comic book to show you what is useful for this. Let me know in the comments if you have a suggestion or if you want to make fun of my French accent. It's okay. So now, as you see, we have dark mode enabled, so it messes with the color, and I will deactivate it if I can. Going to the setting, remove dark mode, and we're good. So of course we can zoom with it. I think it's very good on this eReader. It's fast and it works really well. When you push here, you can also zoom with this little display bar. But I prefer to pinch to zoom. You can also use the Kobo stylus, but I don't have it. On the bottom, it's the same as an ebook, a classic ebook. You also have here orientation, the brightness of the screen, and the usual option here. So nothing really different for a comic book. If you want here to listen to audiobook, you will need a Bluetooth device, and we will see now how to use it. And if you are in a book, you can push on this little thing to go back to a previous ebook you were reading. So it can be useful if you open or read multiple books at once. So now we can go into the more tab. You have a wish list, and you can wish list books from the Kobo library on the Discover here. You can also view notebooks if you have the Kobo stylus and you want to take notes. You can show you can see your notes and your notebooks here. You can also connect your device to Dropbox, Google Drive, or Pocket, which is my articles. Pocket is a web service that can save web pages and you can read them into your Kobo eReader. You have this activity, which is some kind of reading stats, and you can see how many hours you're reading and so on. It's pretty fun if you're a heavy reader. If you read a lot, you have beta features. This is like features that are not working well, like the Kobo browser or different options. I don't think it's very useful, but I have a video on the channel that can show you the video browser, the web browser, sorry. You have help if you need help, and the settings where you can configure your Kobo account, but also your Dropbox, Google Drive, or Adobe account, also Pocket. You can add ici parental control if you have kids and you don't want them to buy on the store, so you can make some kind of code, of PIN code to protect this. You can change your date and time, of course, the language, here in English, but you have other language. So it does not translate your ebooks, it only translates the user interface of the Kobo eReader, and you can add dictionaries. You will need a Wi-Fi connection to add dictionary. So here you can configure your Wi-Fi option, Bluetooth connection, which is mandatory if you need to listen to audiobooks. Here you can automatic sync or not your eReader. So if you have a battery drain problem, you can make this off, and it may help. You can also have all this energy and privacy option, but we already covered it at the start of the video. The reading settings are the same as you can find when you're reading an ebook. You can manage downloads. So if you need to remove all your downloaded books from Kobo Books, you can click here. If you need to remove all your imported items are side-loaded ebooks with this USB connector. You can click it also. And we also have some device information, and you can here check for update if you need to update the Kobo software, and factory reset your eReader if you have problem with it, which can be useful. And we have some information about the technical components of this eReader. So that's it for this strange video tutorial about a Kobo eReader. Don't forget to push the thumb up and like this channel, and let me know what are your thoughts in the comments. Bye.